Hello, welcome to Truth Runs Deep podcast. I'm Terryn,
I'm Kalli.
and we're here to talk about all things Law and Order, SVU, the mothership, organized crime. I don't really know, fanfic writing, and more.
Hello,
Uh,
welcome to a super fast episode.
yeah, we're gonna go quick, quicker than we planned because there are a lot of things we want to say, but we don't have a lot of time to say them all. But
Because one of us unfortunately has to work.
I
Well,
already
actually,
worked
one of us
today.
was at work, and now one of us has to go to work.
Yeah, I wasn't planning on going to work all day, but it is what it is these days. So, we're just gonna hop in because nothing really. Oh, there is something. Well, we won't record again probably. So we have to say happy
Hello,
birthday to Mariska.
Mariska, we
We
love
usually do her
you.
birthday is Friday. We normally do a separate episode. We'll figure out if we have time. But her birthday is Friday, so we have to tell her happy birthday. Yes. There's one thing else that's happening this week. We're gonna hop into All in Order because SVU is next tomorrow. SVU in 2 days is a lot. Anyway, okay, so
And Kelly did an interview.
yeah,
They
this
released a
morning.
peek of the show, the episode, and of course, it's all really soon, super cute. And oh my god,
Yeah, they really left us on a cliffhanger. We'll talk about that when we get there. Sorry. Okay, Law and Order 2510. Dream on.
so it starts with a concert, and it was actually like a real song. Like
Yeah,
somebody got to
yeah,
perform their actual song on Aurora. So
yeah, they did. So that was cool. I forgot. I
good
had
for
the
them.
information days ago, but I didn't have it now. But yeah, they had the person got to perform their songs, and that was cool.
Um, so she's a female lead singer of a band. Next thing, and there's these like two guys at the front, and they're getting like really interested, and she's paying attention to one more than the other. And then next thing we know, she's dead, and she
Yeah.
was asphyxiated, and her head was bashed in.
Oh, you know how it goes on the show.
And of course, Riley with his one-liners. She didn't go out on a high note.
That's it, bro.
Lol. Her name was Zena Worth. She has over 285,000 Instagram followers,
So she was pretty good.
and Riley was not understanding that, and Walker called him an old man, which was funny.
Yeah. Mm.
And so then they go to like the apartment where she was staying at, and well, actually, first they go to the apartment they were staying at, and then Brady shows up, and they're like,
What you doing here?
doing here? And she's like, oh, my son called me. His girlfriend never came home last night.
And they were like,
Oh. So it turns out that Leo, Brady's more estranged son, was dating Xena and helping take care of her daughter Izzy. And
Yep.
I didn't know that it was just her daughter. Like, I thought she was about to get a surprise grandchild.
But no, not exactly.
So they talk to him. They do some investigating. They go to the bedroom. They find illicit substances.
Yeah, the powder one. Yeah, a lot of it. And bag.
And they're all like, what are we supposed to do with it?
Yeah, because that's a lot. It
Like,
wasn't just a little.
do we charge him? Like, what? And then they pretty much just are like, no, we're not going to charge him because they technically weren't his.
Yeah.
And basically, I didn't see anything. Did you? No? Okay.
Cool.
So then they investigate Xena's mail, and they find mail from one of her stalkers. And I think it was Walker who goes, what kind of idiot puts a return address on a stalker letter?
Exactly. Like
the one who doesn't think they're a stalker.
Exactly.
That's even scarier.
Yeah.
So they then find the guy at the concert who was a little annoyed that Xena wasn't paying attention to him. Guy at the concert then went to a gamer lounge, so it wasn't him. So they went to go talk to one of her bandmates, her best friend, and the guy's devastated. But he was like, well, it was gonna be her last performance. She was leaving the band, and he goes, I didn't mean it like that.
And so I didn't do it, you know.
Because it actually was her last performance. Okay. Her best friend mentioned that she was talking to the producer. The producer they go to talk to the producer. The producer's like, I didn't do anything. You don't have to worry about me. And Walker's like, I agree with you if she was still breathing.
It seems pretty suspicious, you know.
So the producer is like, oh, well, Xena was worried about Leo killing her.
Yeah.
And so they have to go talk to him about that. They then find out that Xena got the illicit substances from, Xena stole the illicit substances from the producer.
Yeah, they got it on his like door cam footage. It's a duffel bag so it's a lot. It's not just like a little bit. You know?
And he was not happy about it. So then he killed her.
Yeah. But we gotta prove that in court, we got to that point.
And then but the defense is like claiming
Brady's covering her son. You know how this goes.
Then we get Tynan and Baxter talking, and she says that Baxter's campaign seems to be going well, which is good because in an episode earlier it wasn't.
It was not. I don't know why people were so confused about Tynan being there, but she's over 1 PP, which is over the police, which is over Brady, but whatever.
It says that she said that 1 PP is worried.
They have a reputation to uphold, whatever they're doing, which is fascinating where we're going with this. Who knows?
Literally. And she's basically like, oh, we support you when you need us, and we hope you support us. Okay.
Sure, whatever. Nobody knows what Tynan is up to still, so.
Yeah.
But we'll talk a little bit more about that later in this feed.
Leo then talks to his mom again, and he's freaking out because he's worried that this is going to prevent him from adopting Izzy, the Cena's daughter.
Yeah.
And they're talking, and he's like, well, unlike some people I know, I don't give up on the people I love.
Because he kind of explains that Xena had relapsed into using these drugs. She had stopped for a while, but then started back, and he was, he didn't leave her. He was trying to support her. So that's why says that, because he's the one that Brady kind of gave up on, because she has 2 sons, and the other son is feathered. I forgot what he does actually. I can't remember that episode now, but
yeah. So then Leo testifies, basically that saying that the producer Sean promised her money for the son, and he only paid her half.
Yeah, so she.
And then Brady testifies, and Brady gets treated as hostile. And basically was like, do you see all these texts that your son sent?
Yeah, they're very aggressive and threatening.
He sent the producer a lot of threatening texts, including, I will put a bullet in your eye.
And they're like, oh. So.
And then Sean testifies, and Nolan's reading back the text, and he says, one of them says, you dumb bitch. And I'm like, that's just really funny coming out of his mouth.
Yeah.
What? Dude, that's not you.
Exactly, that's not a word you would say, but whatever.
Then there's a newspaper article that comes out, and it says, Cuckold cop's son loses it day of the murder. Basically saying, oh, the Leo might have done this because he got super angry.
Yeah, he did.
And then they're like, we need to go talk to him because no. And Brady's like, look, I know there were 12 very aggressive texts that you should not be proud of. But he says that he agrees that people change.
Yeah.
And so then she finds out her son was actually at a bar, not watching Izzy like he said he was. And it's
because it's night. Because it's night, and she's like 8 years old, and he should not be leaving an 8-year-old unattended. So.
So she's like, I need you to testify again. And he's like, I can't. It'll ruin my chances of custody. And she's like, yeah, but if you don't, he's gonna walk probably.
Yeah.
And so then Riley and Brady are talking, and they're like, what do we know about like being parents? And Riley goes, what do I know? My son just got detention for throwing Jello at someone.
Like throwing Jello is crazy.
And he's like, look, don't beat yourself up about it. And Brady goes, but that's my favorite hobby. So then
Me too.
the son retestifies.
Yeah.
Found guilty.
Yeah.
Of course. Brady said that she did such a good job and he really stepped up for her and Izzy. And then he's like, would you be able to voice your support for me at the custody?
Yeah.
And she's like, no.
He's like, what? She's like, no.
You're not ready to be a father yet. And
that's the last line. And then that's it.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah. It was interesting. It wasn't bad. It wasn't good.
I give it 3.
Yeah. Yeah, it was all right. It's an all right one. And the next one is called, hold on, I forgot to get the description, but I do know what it's called.
You talk. I'll be back.
Not on order. SVU, we'll get to that. Oh my. That's the enemy of all women.
Fun.
It says, while woman's mysterious death sets the detectives up against a suspect using high-tech surveillance against them, Marin suspects a witness knows more than the defendant lets on. So we will have Sam.
Finally!
I didn't pay much attention to this trailer because I wasn't home, but it seems like the security footage, it was deleted. So, they don't have the...
Somebody was making, I forget who said it, but a lot of people were like, okay, where's Sam? She hasn't been in a lot of episodes this season.
Yeah, but I mean, it is what it is. It's only been 9 episodes. Well, the number's off now because they have one less than SVU. Well, one more than SVU because SVU.
Technically, I have one more than SVU because of the thing.
Yeah, because Timothy. That's the last time we talked. Since we talked on the podcast, Timothy
he got arrested.
He turned himself in. Actually, they couldn't find him. He turned himself in. But he is pleading not guilty to. But yeah, essentially he is pleading not guilty. However, there's another person who's come forward. It's just a lot. So that's something, all right. So so that's why they got rid of it for last week's episode. They moved him up. So what was 11 is now 10. So but at least add more to him. It's SVU last week. So essentially, at the beginning, Gabe Curry, who's Renee's son, who we get to meet for the first time. Yes, they picked a really great actor to play him because they really got it spot on. I feel like
he looks so much like Ame. It's great.
Yeah, they did a great job with casting. But he's coming home. He came home with his friends. He has like 2 friends. I think one's a girl, one's a boy. They went to the thrift shop and they're talking about the stuff they had bought. And he has a mixtape. So then he put the mixtape in the player, and they hear like screaming, and somebody's like feels like they're fending off an attack, and he's like, "This isn't right." So he goes to talk to his mom. She's doing some home improvement. She's fixing a light.
Being the badass that she is fixing lights.
Yeah. Also, we were correct about something we wrote in effect that he plays basketball. There's some pictures on the wall when he about him playing basketball, so we were correct about that.
Well, that's because they mentioned it in an episode previously. That's the reason to it.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Not gonna lie. But anyway, so she says something like, have you studied for your Mandarin quiz? Asking parent questions, and then he's like, "Mom, you need to see this."
Which makes me like, is taking Mandarin like a common thing, or?
It depends. Usually the smart kids schools do that. The basic kids schools are like
super smart.
The smart kids are doing that. The average kids are doing like Spanish. That's how most American schools would be like, you need to learn Spanish, okay?
We did like say that for some reason we thought that he would be really smart.
Yeah, we were just kind of making up stuff, but we're good. So anyway, they go talk to. It's like later on. They go talk to Olivia at her office, and Olivia's. Olivia says, "This must be hard for you to listen to," and then he says, "Yeah, whatever. It's whatever." And it says you pay money for cassettes. I think Olivia says you pay money for cassettes. Pay money for cassettes. She's like, I still have my old Dire Straits cassettes. And he's like, is that a band?
She goes, I hate you. Go school.
Obviously not. She's showing her age here.
Call me old.
Exactly. She's like, you're showing your age here. She's like, yeah. So anyway, so he leaves, and Renee is like, boys. When she kind of talks about how like boys, like things get to them, but they don't want to like talk about it. It gets to them, but it does, and then
she's like, oh, he's got a therapist.
Really good.
And then yeah, literally, good job, Mom. And then she's like, okay, do you? And she's like,
one of the best scenes of TV on all time is like, what are you gonna be doing when you're squabbling? What are you gonna do when you're 85? Squabbling with you. And then Olivia, that's like, literally on right now.
What about you? And then Curry's like, I got a therapist too.
Like, good
job. Go to therapy, people, if you need it. It's actually good.
Especially because Black people don't have a great like Black people, please go to therapy. There's nothing wrong with you for saying that you need to go. For all my melanated colored brothers and sisters, please go to therapy. All right. Anyway, so then they go to the thrift shop. This is a really cute, really fun scene here.
I love this scene.
Yeah, so Amanda and Curry are walking around, and she's like, "Is that a Cabbage Patch doll? Cabbage Patch Kid doll?" She sees, and she goes over it, and she looks at it, and then is like, "Oh my god, I would have died for one of these when I was little." Which I feel like it's very Amanda. She probably didn't have it.
Definitely makes sense considering, I don't know,
her family record here. It seemed like she would never have a Cabbage Patch Kid doll.
Her parents suck, so it would make sense that she would have one.
Yeah, she did never ever get one. So then she
would want one. Yeah. What I meant was it makes sense. Her parents suck, so it would make sense that she would want one.
So then she looks at it and sees that it's $150.
And it's like, okay, never mind.
Yeah, because the lady it's like it has birth certificate and all. Like, this is a rare thing to have like all of it too.
Like this was all the rage back in the 80s. Like,
yeah,
you could not get your hands on one. You were very lucky.
Yeah, but of course now they cost a whole lot more because now they're 40 years old at this point. But
and then she's like, never mind. And then Cariss's like, oh well, I could drop a hint to Carisi, birthday gift.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh no. She stops for a moment, and then the cutest Amanda face.
I know she's so excited.
And she's like, maybe.
Okay. Maybe.
You gotta pull up the picture.
Okay. I don't have it on the computer, but I'll just show my phone. I would have put it. I saved it though.
So cute. I know. I saved it too because it was cute.
She's like, that's exactly it. But she's just so like, oh my god.
Hold on. I'm sending you another one to show.
Yeah.
You good?
I don't know what's happening, but
I thought somebody fell.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So then she's just so happy. She has this.
I'm looking for the picture because for some reason I can't find it right now. So keep talking.
We're all kind of like, now that we're like, well, next week's not really looking so good for you. So be happy right now. Like, it was the looming thought of like, we know something bad's about to happen and be like this joyous moment, but they don't know that in their little like character minds, but we know. We're like, it's not
yeah. So everyone was like, oh my god, give her the thing, give her the Here, I'm sending it.
Yeah.
Look at her cute, like show the cute face.
She's like, maybe. She's like, maybe. She wanted it real bad. She was just so happy about it. Oh, she was so happy as cat. But anyway, we can't spend too much time on this, but it was a really great scene. So then they go looking in the basement. And then Carrie says, if we encounter a rodent of any kind,
my reaction will be intense. And
they did something another time when they were rats. She was very not.
And it's funny because Ayana had the same exact
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah.
do not leave me
They
with
were
the
going in
rats.
the sewer. Yeah, she was like going in the sewer or something like that. I forgot what they were. Well, they were going in the sewer, but I forgot they were doing Norris crime, but something like that. She's like,
Nope, no, good, no rats, thanks.
So they're digging the wall. She takes the crowbar to the wall, and they find the body in a bedazzle bag.
Of course they do.
So they do some investigating, and they find out this body, the girl is a woman. She went missing in November 1999. Name's Tamika. Finn is back part time, which I think people were a little upset about this, but you gotta be realistic in the fact that like Ice-T is like almost 68 years old. Okay, jeez,
Chill.
yeah. People were a little tripping a little bit. I'm like, listen, he is 68 years old, almost 68 years old. I'm pretty certain that he just wants more time to fix. Anyway.
And it was like a little confusing because they're like, oh, he's back. And people were like, well, he was in the crossover. And it's like, well, the episodes got mixed up. So
yeah, they had to change the order because we talked about NBC wanted their Christmas program and blah, 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 blah. So then they moved them all up and they rearranged a little bit and they have to rearrange again. Because this one, I think a lot of these were supposed to come before Christmas. So that's why it seemed a little confusing a little bit. But
so that's why everybody was like, oh, he's finally back.
Yeah, but yeah, they had. Anyway, so then they go, so the Finn's like, I know somebody we can go talk to. So they go to, so he and Amanda go to the park, and this older gentleman is sitting, he's playing chess at the park. They're playing chess, and he says like, and the guy's like, well, it's about time. And they tell him some information, and they go talk to a guy named Jane and his grandmother Tiffany. I think Jane's Tamika's brother.
Yes. No. Son.
Okay. Yeah, son. I couldn't remember. So they talked to him and they told them that Tamika was dating a guy named Miles who was dealing substances. And they play the recording. And they're very upset, they're crying, and Olivia's like, I need you to be able to identify who this is, and they say that it's Tamika. And her mom says, that's her, that's my baby. And I didn't think he would be so violent because like she's literally like being attacked in the audio recording. Well, actually the tape is like, I may have gotten to that part yet, but the tape is actually clean except for this one part on it.
Where it's literally just the screaming, which is weird.
Yeah, they tried to delete it. Whoever did this tried to delete it and then didn't delete all of it.
Okay, where do we live?
They go talk to another guy, a guy who's in prison.
That's Miles. They go talk to Miles.
Yeah, okay.
Miles
says it was a cop.
Yeah, Miles says it was a cop that did it. And it's like, oh, great. Of course.
Yeah, of course it was.
So
they're kind of all talking again. Back to the precinct, and they're kind of all talking.
And they're gonna talk to like the officers that like know the guy.
Yeah.
Know her, and they pretty much all took out their pensions early.
Yeah, so nobody's around
because they were stealing from drug busts.
Yeah, which is a no.
And she was a CI, and the cop she was helping killed her.
Yeah.
So Rollins went back to the intelligence unit for a minute with Kurt, and she used this like old-fashioned thing to like look through the CI photos.
Yeah.
And they found a picture of Tamika.
Yeah. So they knew. So then they go to the ME's office, and they found out this body had been strangled and had trauma.
And there was another body.
Well, parts of it, very little pieces of it that weren't a full body at all. They're just little pieces. Yeah.
They bring the pictures of Tamika back to her mom, and then the son is like, wait, that guy looks familiar. Because he was trying to protect her. But I didn't know from what. And then he's like, I had been mad at her for leaving me for so long. Like, he didn't know the truth.
Yeah.
So then the boys go to talk to...
Which is, Bruno and Griffin are the boys in this case. I just was shorthanding it. You know what I mean.
And then there's like this scene of Bruno being charming, and I'm like, oh my god,
Yeah.
you're gonna make half of the watchers melt.
Well, who knows how many of them? Okay, we don't judge.
I was generalizing. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Guys, girls, don't matter. If you,
I know, that's why I was like,
yeah, like he's an attractive man. Okay,
he is,
Law and Order
and
really
that was,
said, "Yep, let's put him in there."
and that was really charming, and yeah. So
They talked to this lady. Her name was Letitia.
and
She talks about she was dating one of the.
yeah, the guy, his name was Kunzel. They were dating. Then he was like, "Oh, I'm going out with the bros real quick," and then she hasn't seen him for 25 years.
Exactly, you're 25 years. Be like, bro, what do you mean you're
So
he's 20?
Probably dead.
You know, she was like, "Well, it doesn't even matter." Like, bro, what do you mean you're heard him in
So
25
they
years?
go talk to his colleagues, and one of them
Yeah.
is Thomas Ahern, and he's got like this really nice yacht house and whatnot.
Yeah.
And he just doesn't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Then Griffin knows one of the guys because he was friends with his dad.
Mm-hmm. So he kind of plays the suave but a little dumb card on them.
Yeah, and so the guy will talk, and they're recording the whole thing.
Yeah. So he's kind of like,
and he's recording,
you know, my dad and blah blah blah. He's kind of playing it down. He doesn't know that like something bad's happening.
Yeah, and then he's like, "Okay, I gotta go. I gotta see you later. Good seeing you. I'm gonna make a phone call." And he makes a phone call. They're recording the phone call, and he's telling his friend, I'm sorry, I was just talking with Griffin's kid. He's a bit of a putz. Bruno goes, I mean, he's not wrong.
He's
and Olivia's just like, Bruno.
We can't call him names. You know, he is a little sometimes, but you know, he's growing on me. Griffin, you're growing on me. He may be a little questionable sometimes, but he is growing on us.
So they get recordings. They find out they're going to a cabin. And then they're doing stuff at a cabin. So they're like, okay, we need you to come to the cabin with us.
Yeah.
I
honestly thought that was going to go horribly wrong. Like, Griffin, you better not go by yourself. These people might try to get rid of you.
And then they find this well. And they're like, we think there might be evidence in the well. And Bruno takes one look down and he goes, after you, new guy.
Yeah, I was like, I know he was going in the well.
And Griffin's like, fine. And he goes
down I guess this is a different order because what I expected Bruno to be like, it's like, oh man, I'm still healing. You got this. What I wanted him to say, but I guess they switched the order, so that wasn't the movie.
Dude wasn't going to do it either way.
You got it. So he starts climbing down, and he gets about halfway, and half the ladder's gone, so he just jumps down the rest of the way. I'm like, bro.
Because he almost stumbles the first time. He almost like falls once.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he goes down there, and they find the rest of the guy's body.
In the well. Yep, so you know, it's not looking good.
And so then they go to find the guys. And the guys are trying to get rid of the evidence really fast.
Yeah, they're like, stop. Yeah.
You're all under arrest.
Yeah. You're like, put it down, everyone.
And they're in the interrogation room, and they're pretty much like, look, honest crooks and crooked police, but only one of them can look themselves in the mirror.
Yeah.
And it's the honest crooks.
Yeah. Like, at least, like, you know you're bad versus you pretending you're not bad.
I forgot to mention it earlier, but this guy, his name is Leo Eichmer, and he apparently works with Gracie.
Yeah, he works in the DA's office. And they're like, works in the DA's office, and they're like, this is bad.
Yeah. So, the guy Leo is like, your dad's wasn't totally innocent as you thought.
Yeah.
I mean, you could see Griffin like, thinking about it. And then the Curry's in there. Curry drops freaking badass lines. Goes, and she plays the recording, and she's like, her mom hadn't heard her daughter's voice in 27 years, and that's the last memory she's gonna have of her. Her daughter pleading for her life, for her son.
Yeah, literally.
And then she's like, my son found this on a cassette tape.
Yeah,
like she's mad.
Yeah.
So then the Ahern was like, okay, Actually, hold on. I think I'm
Mhm.
getting a bit ahead. Hold on. Yes, I got it. I was right. So they were like saying that Tamika flipped out that she wasn't like getting like what she was promised for being the CI.
Yeah. So they were like, well, we had to get rid of her.
And yeah, so they had to get rid of her.
Yeah, they thought she was gonna snitch, so they had to get rid of her.
And get rid of the other cop because he was trying to protect her.
Yeah, so well, we haven't got to that part yet. That's later in the story.
And
Um,
so the one guy, Ahern, you could tell like he wasn't really. This wasn't sitting well with him.
Yeah.
And he's like, and Finn is trying to get him to open up, and it works. And it says, "It's been 27 years. I can't carry this thing no more."
Yeah.
And then we see Baxter and Tynan.
And we see Baxter and Tynan again.
And
I guess they weren't supposed to be in the same back to back in the same week just because of scheduling, but that's interesting. It happened again.
Tynan is talking about to Olivia, and she's like, "Oh, well,"
because we talked about 1PP and they're talking about the DA's office
and how like, Olivia was at the crime scene, and she's like, "Oh, well, we all know how you love to be in the trenches."
I know it's like
Olivia like gives her the most.
I think I saved that one
ruthless glare,
but I think I saved that.
That was so freaking backhanded.
I know she's like, "Excuse me." Not that one. That's a good picture of her, but not that one. Hold on. Where is it? Weird. I thought I saved that one. Maybe I didn't. It was such a backhanded glare. She was just like, excuse me.
And then they're like, "Do we need a special prosecutor for this?" Because
he was.
Sonny was like trying to like, "Do I need a special prosecutor for this?" Since I worked with him, he's trying to get this off his chest so fast.
Yeah, I know. And they're like,
And they're like,
not anymore.
So the guy's fired. So
Baxter says, not anymore. I said, oh,
not anymore. He's fired.
Yeah, fired and terminated immediately.
The defense is trying to pin the whole thing on the guy who finally got a conscience.
Yeah.
And was trying to admit it. It did not help that that guy was also black.
Yeah.
So then they're like, we need to go talk to Miles.
Mm-hmm.
And oh my god, this part broke my heart.
Yeah.
And he's saying the whole thing. I'm like, how Eichmer, or whatever you say it, said that he gave Tamika what she deserved, and that she died begging for me.
And they were like, ouch.
Actually, no, I think that's what.
Yeah, that's what he was saying. That like she wanted whatever, because she'd been sexually assaulted in that part. If you guys don't,
wasn't clear by now.
No,
and Miles was like,
"We're watching, but
there's recordings."
Yeah,
and they're like, "Huh? There's recordings."
Mm-hmm.
And Miles, he feels so bad. He blamed himself for asking her out because none of this would have happened if she wasn't attached to him. And it's like, oh, poor guy. And so Miles is testifying, and the Korean's part goes well, and the defense attorney is basically like, "Why should we believe you? You're a criminal."
Yeah, he's like, "You're literally a criminal."
And he goes, "I said some things. I did some things back then. But every man has a code. I did mine."
I think I did. I think he said, "I think he did my time," but I think
I did my time. Leo has to do his.
Yeah.
And basically was like, I wasn't a murderer.
At least I wasn't a murderer. I may have been selling drugs, but I wasn't a murderer. Yeah. So then they step out. Well, they don't. They don't.
See, like, even Carisi's impressed. Like he's sitting there, like,
that's a good one. Doubt him again.
So they go in the hallway, and Finn is like, "I'm gonna leave.
Yeah.
I'm busy with GTA. Bye."
I know. And they're like, "What?" Okay.
Yeah. But then first they get the verdict, and he is found guilty.
Yeah.
Good. And And then they walk out in the hallway because Finn was the one who talked to Miles, and Carisi's like, Finn, I am so happy you're back.
Yeah.
And he's like, you did some good digging with that guy. There's a position open in my office.
Yeah.
You want it? Because the guys just got arrested.
Yeah, and Olivia's like,
whoa, hold on.
You're poaching people
now
from my house.
From my unit?
Exactly, because it went the other way around in actual.
Like, literally, you already left. Now you're not taking people with you.
Exactly. She's like, excuse me.
And he
Olivia's like, he needs SVU.
And Sonny's like, what are you talking about? And it's like, he just needs time to get back into it. He needs time to rest. He needs SVU. And then Sonny replacing Barbara and telling Liv exactly what she needs to hear. Liv, are you talking about Finn? Or are you talking about you?
And I go, ooh. Everybody was like, ooh, no.
And we get Olivia doing her little scoff thing when she doesn't know what to say, but she knows the person is right.
True. A friend of ours, a mood of ours, actually said that on the timeline, and the people got mad. I said, oh, buddy. Oh, buddy.
Yeah, I think they put it in.
They put, this is the repercussions of the bald man, and then the guy ate up online. I said, sorry.
Yeah, it's like literally this is
the repercussions. It is true. You were right.
That was it. But Olivia needed to hear that.
Yeah.
Then there's this small scene at the end where Griffin is with Tynan because
she pretty much,
it's pretty much all he's got right now.
Yeah. No, we know him anyway.
We gave him a daughter because we could.
Because it
would work.
And it's very sweet, I promise. But she doesn't know about that in that story.
Yes, but Tynan doesn't know. So
it's such a good story.
So
anyway,
basically, he's giving her cake, and he's just like, "Hey, I want the truth about my dad."
And she's like, how things were back then.
That wouldn't fly now, but
that's how it was back then. That's how it was 25 years ago. That's how it was.
And then she's like, "I suggest that you figure out what you want before you start asking these questions, Jake."
Yeah, because he's like, "I want to know," and she's like, "You need to know what you want to know before you ask questions."
And then she's like, "Oh, while I have you, I need you to look into some old SVU cases for me."
Okay. And he's like, I'm kind of busy.
And then she's like, "You'll find the time."
And he's kind of sputtering about making excuses. And you're like, that's how it is.
I'm not asking, I'm telling.
I wasn't asking you. So that's how it would be for him.
And that was the end of that. And then,
that was a good one.
A few people were like, oh, obviously it's going to be about Baldman and her rigor. And I was like, I feel like you all are missing the obvious.
Exactly. There's plenty of things that could be about here, but it's not that. Yeah, we talked about it. Don't spoil the fic. You wrote a fic. We have a fic about that, but we didn't finish writing it because we got distracted by this week SVU. Oh my god.
Henry's back.
Yes. Oh my goodness. We weren't prepared for what.
We were not William Lewis.
We were not. Somebody said we were not prepared for this trailer, y'all.
But also the fact that they've been doing this since the kid was like 13.
Exactly.
Good job, guys.
I think he was younger. I think he was 13 when he played the character. I think he was 10. I think Henry was like 10.
Yeah, but they've been doing this for like
13 years. All right, let's bring him back again one more time for good measure.
So yeah, we get.
I think Henry was like 10 years old when he started.
We get the trailer, and
career psychopath
finding like this notebook that has her name in it, and Sonny's name in it, and Sonny's name crossed out, and Sonny's name written again. And
he has a lot of. I think you guys need to swear. I saved it about 8 times because everybody, our friends, were just kind of. So like, there's hold on. There's a lot of like names on this paper, and like, he's like written names, crossed out names, kind of moved, like rearranged names, like.
And so like it's judge / high official that both got killed, and then
right. Olivia says it in the trailer. She says like a court reporter was the other person on the list.
And they're basically like, did he arrange?
He had to have someone he was talking to because they weren't letting him out.
Yeah, and then they have a lucid Henry for whatever reason because that kid should not be lucid.
Yeah.
Talking to Amanda, and he was basically like, well, had someone else carry out my plan.
I know. You're like,
Why are you talking?
hold on, I gotta listen. Make sure we get all the words because there's a lot. That's something that goes crazy. Because hold on, let me check one more time. I've watched it about 8 million times, but it's okay. We're gonna watch it again.
And then, of course, the end of the trailer is
That
always
we weren't. No one was expecting because everyone jumped out their seat at the moment. And said, "Oh, God."
And so that from interviews that released, he was having a date night.
Yeah.
That did not end well. We find out that it is this episode.
He's targeting the justice system. Yeah, he's targeting the justice system. Yep.
Then we get the end scene, and they had come home from their date.
Yeah.
Really,
we know from context. We'll talk. Well, there's a clip that was shown earlier today on the Kelly on.
We see Amanda
Drew Barrymore
with
show.
her gun, walking around the corner.
And she's like,
seeing her husband with a knife to his throat.
Yeah.
And a masked man behind him.
He literally like, oh my God. There's a lot to say about that. Unpack this. Kelly was on the Drew Barrymore show this morning. So then we got a clip. So we know that it is a date. They were on a date. Carisi said they were talking and they kissed and they were about to have a good time. And then
like literally Carisi was like, I'm gonna take a shower, don't go anywhere.
Yeah, he was real flirty, they were about to have a good time. And then
she like goes to hang up her coat and she sees
the windows the windows broken in.
Then she immediately yells, Sonny!
And then that's the video stops there. So but there's like footprints on the floor, but they're wet, which is weird because why are they wet already? This is raining outside. Why is the ground already wet? What is happening?
And we know that the next scene is her with the gun.
Yeah, she didn't make sure, because he's like Sonny has unbuttoned his shirt. Like he was getting ready to take a shower. So like we were like white shirt, t-shirt, Carisi, but at what cost?
Yeah, literally, exactly.
Because he hadn't buttoned his shirt to finish getting undressed. You're like,
yay, the handsome hotness, but with a freaking giant knife to his face. And it's a long one too.
Literally, like whoever this is, because we don't know who this Max person is.
Is that his name?
Bro. So we don't know. That is a good question. We will find out in 2 days because the episode photos have still. Let me check one more time or refresh the page again because I wanted to talk about them if we had time, but then they aren't here yet. Because whatever next week is, they have not given us information about next week, which is unusual. So whatever this week has and next week has, they keeping it locked tight away from us today. So career psychopath. I don't think I have anything else. There's a lot of things I want to unpack about this, but we don't have time today. We'll unpack a lot.
We do have to mention the fact that the last time Carisi had anything to his knife, anything to his throat was the bodega.
Yeah, literally like 13 months, like 14 months ago, which wasn't that long ago,
And everyone's like, "Oh my God, he looks scared," and it's like, no,
he's petrified. There's nothing. Nothing. He's gone. There's nothing. There's no fear. There's nothing. Flashbacks. There's nothing in his mind. Like I don't know if they'll copyright. I'm gonna have to like pretendfully censor with my finger because I don't know if we could show that. But you just have to pretend like we'll just have to like
that. It's like that long.
It's very long, but you can imagine it. But I have to. I'm gonna tastefully censor with my hand here. Like there's literally like there's nothing in there. Like nothing.
Flashback.
Like, yeah, it's bad. It's gonna be like if they don't put that man in therapy this time. Like, what are we gonna do? Okay, because this is a lot. Like, it's different. Like, we were talking about like the bodega was a happy accident. Like, it was a robbery. He walked in on a robbery.
Yes.
But it's from walking into robbery to
need to finish. I gotta go. Love you guys.
Okay. All right. From literally a robbery to a personal attack in your own home is a whole different ballgame, which we'll find out about soon. So thanks for listening. Hope you have a great day. We'll come back next week. Who knows what mood we'll be in, but we'll find out. Hope you're having a wonderful week. If you don't know, you're so loved already, and take care of yourselves. Get ready. We wrote a fic based on Career Psychopath a little bit. It's real good. I'm always proud of my work. Our work. So yeah, that's all I got. So we'll see you next time. Goodbye.